she's going to slam it. She can't help herself. And they do it to me every time. And I literally can't help myself.
You fall for it every time.
I fall for it every time.
Yeah.
And so they're targeting me because they know what I'm going to do. And every so often I go, no. And I dink it. And then it goes right to the net. So it doesn't really matter.
I'm going to hit it right at your parrot, right off your shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my God.
This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. You know it does, but listen, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. Not with another podcast, I hope.
No, I hope
Big
not.
Dink Energy podcast right in your ears right now, coming to you. Listen, this episode is brought to you by no other than the Pretty Pickleball Company. And guess what? They're coming in hot with a brand new line of premium paddles you're absolutely going to want in your rotation. Dinklehopper, that's a word. Desert Flower, Evening Star, all used to be my stage name, but no, those are the new paddles from the Pretty Pickleball Company. 3 collectible high-performance designs built with T700 carbon fiber, original artwork, and the kind of court presence that turns heads before you even warm up. These paddles are stunning, engineered to perform, and made for players who take their game and their style seriously. And you really should. Go check out at Pretty Pickleball Company to see the full drop, the colors, the chaos, and all the pretty headed your way. Because if you're going to show up with confidence, your gear better too.
Yeah, and we played with them this past weekend, and they were
fire. You guys had a ton of Pretty Pickleball representation out there in the tournament this weekend.
I saw so many.
And if you stay tuned to our socials, you're going to see my premiere of one of their paddles. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, other than to say it's very animal-like.
Ooh, from Blue Balls.
From Blue Balls.
So for this week's kitchen talk, I wanted to talk about losing in tournaments because I feel like I have a lot of experience in that. I want to talk about how we feel versus how people think we feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
First and foremost, go find the video that you guys did.
It was awesome.
You and your sister did about 3 ways to lose all games in your tournament.
Yes. And y'all, here's the thing. We lost all 7 in a row, and there wasn't one game where we went over 5 points.
Yeah. All right.
It was, I don't know what happened. It was terrible. Here's the funny thing, though. Like, on our way there, we're like, oh, we're going to get some medal this time. We're going to be so good.
Go get that bling.
And it was just not. But I'm
looking at medals from previous tournaments directly across from me. That you've hung up in our room.
Put up that shelf.
You have a whole metal shelf going on in here. But that picture of you is large, but
stop.
Movie poster size.
I just feel like other people we played with, like I think they felt like we were devastated, but I mean we really weren't. So I think sometimes people think like we care more than we do.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so funny because after we played, I mean, we got pickled like 3 times. And when you go up to the net and the people are all like, hey, great game. Y'all did good. I'm like, no, we didn't. Like, I know it's just a nice platitude or whatever, but I think we need to.
What else are you lying about then?
Right. I think we need to normalize being like, holy cow, y'all were bad.
Well, was it people you knew saying that to you, or was it people that you had only met?
Some, were people we knew, but, a few were like, I hadn't met them before. But, I mean, I get it. They're just trying to be nice. But, I mean, we didn't. Like, you pickled it. Like, it was terrible. Like, I had never played before.
Like, if I played you and I pickled you, I'd be like, what the F just happened, Stephanie?
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you guys did great. That was a great game. I'm like, was it? Was it, Tanya? Was it great?
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously a higher duper rated player.
No, sir.
But
Try
I
again.
can remember playing with Paddle Princess and thinking, well, I don't care what the score is. I do want to win. Obviously, I want to win, and it feels great. But I'm out there having so much fun.
Right.
I'm not taking myself seriously. And I think just really embracing the true rec playerness of it.
Well, I think after game 3, my sister and I were just like, at this point, like, I don't
You're
even,
just here to have fun
we
now.
were like, we don't even know what's going on. And I think the first 2 games, after, she had made some mistakes, when we walk back to serve, it's like we kind of tried to strategize. Like, okay, so this is what we're doing, da-da-da. And I could see myself getting a little aggravated.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, I was just like, oh my gosh, we don't even need to care anymore. Because it was terrible.
But that's when you had the most fun.
Oh, for sure.
When you just stopped caring. You
I
laughed.
still tried. That's the worst part. Is that I still...
Well, you also
I still was
hurt.
trying, but I don't know what was going on. It was just bad, but we sure did laugh a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what's important.
that's really, like you said, Paddle Princess, that's the important part is the laughter. That's what I go for. Because I already know what my skill level is, right?
Low.
Listen, yeah, okay. I don't know
Low.
that we need, okay, that's twice now.
Low,
I think the fans got it. I think the fans got it. But my skill level at Trash Talk is high.
Very high.
And my confidence in myself is high. But I know that I'm just going to have fun. Where are the fun moments? Can I get fun out of this?
I was also wondering, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 teams that we played that were kind of a little pissed, like, oh my God, we're playing them. Like because it was not a challenge.
Screw you.
Because we were playing so poorly. But it was like a kind of a wide range. It was like 2-2 to 3-2.
Yeah,
so we were playing
a big
some,
range.
3-2 people, which, I think I'm pretty much up there too on a normal everyday basis, but
Sure.
not that day.
If I'm the measurement, yes.
Not
you're
that day.
close
So,
to a 5.
yeah, I felt like they were a little bit,
Snooty.
No, not snooty,
But
but
hey, Brenda, I paid my registration fee just like you did. I can play
if
however I
you knew
want.
the duper range, then expect to, if you're at the higher end of that range, then expect to be playing with lower players. It is what it is. And you go into it and then you want to have an attitude like, really, and now I have to play them. That's just unreasonable.
for the most part, we played with great people and we
love
had a
that.
lot of fun and we laughed a lot. And the best part is when people come up and say, yeah, we pickled you, but it was the best. It was so much fun.
Yes.
So that's the best part.
That's
of course,
the best
there's
part
always
for me too.
the one team that, since we play locally, the one team that is always there that I'm like, bleh. And
Who
on
is
the
it?
very last point, so
Who is it?
in all honesty, backstory, I have like a really bad pulled muscle in my calf. And so by the 6th game or so, I was just hurting a lot, limping around, looking like a mess, which I do not like to begin with. But it was like 10. We had like 1 point and they had like 10, and it was the very last game. And so they served it, and I swung like I was, if I could, like I was
Check
like,
swing.
I was
Check swing.
I swung like I was like Babe Ruth, no joke. And it just went to the very back wall. And the lady was like, oh my gosh, are you mad at me? And I was like, no, I just need this to be over.
You're like, I'm done. I'm in pain.
I'm like, I just need this to be over.
get
Why
it.
even drag it out? We had 1, they had 10.
Right.
I'm done. I'm tired. I don't feel good.
And we were in deep training the night before. I was doing the massage on you. You were running through the streets of Philly. People were tossing you apples from their cart. You went up the stairs. I was in your corner, Rocky.
I was
no,
trying to
did not bring out the
rehab
win.
it, but it did not. It did not work.
I get it. I've been there.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll have a Christmas one and I can do that.
No, I think, well, of course they're going to have a Christmas one, but I really think the content you got out of it was
It was
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you feel like you're not going to win, just go all in on content and laughter.
Well, then that's every time.
Hide your tears with laughter.
Yay.
Hey, we got some fan mail. You can give us some fan mail too. Go find us on our socials. You know where they all are. But listen, Gregory Von Fange, I like that name, Von Fange. What if he has a castle somewhere? But Gregory says, Big Dink Energy Podcast will have you feeling like you're relaxing out with your best pickleball buds. You know that's right. Discussing all the fun and silliness of pickleball. And then I wanted to do another shout out because it was kind of a fan thing. From our buddy Mo over at the Unshut podcast, Unshut, UNSHUT podcast. Go find him on YouTube for sure. But we were featured on his Unshut podcast with Mo Santizo with his Pod on Pod episode where he breaks down one of our episodes. And that is over at Unshut podcast on YouTube. We love you, Mo. You did a great job with that.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, he did a great job.
I really enjoyed
Also,
it.
this past Saturday, our Pickle Me This episode
Oh my gosh.
came out.
Everything that could have gone wrong.
Everything
went
that
wrong.
could have gone wrong went wrong in that episode. All of our backdrops fell. The TV almost fell off the wall. Deidre's just being patient and waiting for us. And it was a hot mess. We ended up all having to be on one camera. And it's tragedy. But
And I'm just going to say that the backdrops falling and the TV almost falling off the wall, and it happened twice. Those were all my fault.
Oh,
And then
we
our
weren't even going to say anything.
then the camera,
totally
the motion censored camera started a mind of its own and started
gosh,
following me
yeah.
when
And
I
it
was
was-
getting up.
yeah.
It was just, the whole thing was
It
a
was
mess.
a hot mess.
We are a professional podcast.
I gave a little breakdown of it on our socials if you want to go watch that
y'all,
video.
it was embarrassing. I felt bad for her. I can't even believe she aired it. So yeah, go check out her podcast because she does a really good job. Her podcast is great called Pickle Me This Pod, and she does a great job. You might want to listen to other episodes besides ours because that was a thing.
Hey, we always said that we bring the chaos.
Yeah. it
And
was
we brought the
definitely-
chaos.
Definitely chaotic.
We brought the fun to dysfunction for sure on that one.
Yeah. And I mean, we always say we're semi-professional.
Yeah, we're the semi-professionalist.
Yeah.
Of everything,
Yeah.
apparently, of tournaments, of podcasts, of going on other people's podcasts.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Quick pickleball wisdom in and out before you know it. Today's tip is to learn the basics before you play fast. Don't try to smash everything. Focus on control. Master serving underhand consistently, getting it in, returning deep to keep opponents back, and dinking. Soft shots at the kitchen line with patience.
Just the tip.
It's time for Pickle Pals.
Our guest today is what happens when you take a 30-year sports writer, give him a 4.5 or 4.5 golf handicap, make him obsessed with Pokemon Go, and then hand him a pickleball paddle and say, go teach people. This is Chan Davis, also known as Chan, the pickleball man, PPR and IPTPA Level 2 certified instructor over at Forward Pickleball in Audubon, Pennsylvania, where they're running 12 indoor courts just outside of Philly and building a community one dink at a time. So Chan, first, welcome to Big Dink Energy Podcast. And let's see, have you ever caught a rare Pokemon while teaching a lesson?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah,
I can say that I have.
All right, that's peak level multitasking.
It is that as I'm preparing to teach a lesson normally at these local park and recs, there are Pokestops there.
Yep.
And it's a good opportunity for 15, 20 minutes before my lesson starts to poke around.
I love it. I knew you had to have. I knew it. So let's stay on the Pokemon for a second. How many times have you been talked to by police officers doing Pokemon Go?
Oh, a handful.
Yeah.
We go to New York City every July for a thing called Global Pokefest, GoFest, and we cruise Central Park for 3 days between me and my wife and my son, and horseback. Police officers are all over the place, and there's usually 20 to 30,000 people there playing Pokemon, and they engage with us. We're part of their community, and we've seen several of them playing while they were out in Central Park.
Nice. So now you've been a sports writer for 30 years, everything, I'm guessing, from high school football to pro leagues. What made you go from writing about sports to teaching one? What was kind of the pivot moment?
The industry itself and the media industry kind of drove me away from the media industry.
Mm-hmm.
Started while I was still in college working for a local newspaper in Columbus, Mississippi, and was also doing play-by-play broadcast for high school sports. and just kind of gravitated my career through the years. Ended up in Northwest Arkansas as a sports editor for a local newspaper and covered everything from Little League to professional.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State was my beat right back in Columbus, and then University of Arkansas was my beat right while I was in Northwest Arkansas. As the media industry changed from a fact-based industry to an opinion-based industry,
Yes.
it really just wasn't something that I felt like I wanted to continue to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like the slants that were putting on it from either side of the aisle. So I decided 12 years ago that I was going to give up that post after 22 plus years.
Wow. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way.
It's tough. It's a tough industry. I can say that in the years that I was in it, it was amazing.
Mhm.
And I thoroughly enjoyed every moment. There was never a day of work. I got paid to watch sports.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and talk to the personalities, talk to the athletes, talk to coaches. You know, when you say, you know, it was a beat, I mean, back in those days, it was an actual, you know, get up out of your seat and go do something and write about it.
it was, and to try to be fact based and not opinion based.
Yeah.
And when you're a sports writer in the capacity that I was in, you can't be a fan. You're there to provide information for the viewers or the readers that they were unable to obtain because they weren't there, or they were there and they want to see someone else's recount of it.
Yeah.
So to me, it was always more than just a score. It was about the people. It was about what they did and how they went about their business and what they overcame to achieve the greatness that they did. I was a coach way before this. I coached my son in baseball. I coached my son in football. I coached my kids in soccer. I coached my daughter in golf. So coaching was a natural gravitational flow for me. And staying in and around the sports arena. I did not set out and intend to be a pickleball instructor. This was something that I think gravitated towards me instead of me gravitating towards it.
Sure.
But I think it balances with the same mindset of I want to help people. And this game is something that, like golf, you can play from 8 to 80.
Yep.
And there's no end in sight as long as you stay healthy and you stay active, then your life is going to be more productive. And if I can help you stay more active and healthy, then my bucket gets filled.
I love that. I love that analogy. The filling of the bucket. We use that in our house, quite frankly. You know, how are we filling each other's buckets? And I think a lot of people will resonate with that. And so pickleball is that great sport where, like you said, 8 to 80, you can get out and be active and move your body. And then obviously the secondary benefit, or maybe it's the primary and the physicality is a secondary, but the mental health aspect of it as well.
100%. I have people that come into my sessions from a athletic perspective. Oh, I played tennis. I played racquetball.
Sure.
And I have people that walk in and say, I've never held a paddle in my life. How do I hold this thing? What's step one?
Yep.
And there's challenges within each of those sectors. I love those challenges. I love seeing someone walk in if I can afraid, scared, and here. That's kind of the common theme is they come in, never have played a sport, and say, I know that I'm going to be the worst person on the court, and you're really going to have to be patient with me. And then after one session of an hour and a half, they walk off beaming and glowing, and that's my pay. That's my payment.
Yeah.
I get paid financially, but that's my true payment is seeing the joy and the happiness in people when they learn a new skill.
Yeah. There's got to be so many light bulb moments that you're responsible for and you're present for.
Yes.
So now Forward Pickleball has 12 indoor courts in Audubon, PA, right in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And you guys are a family-owned business, and we see so many of the corporatized businesses for pickleball coming on now. But I think there's huge advantages to being a family-owned business and being in the location you're in.
Yeah, I think of all the facilities, and we have about 8 facilities within a 30-mile radius of us.
Wow!
And of all of those facilities that are corporate-owned, we have the ability to chart our own course. We are not bound by the governs and bylaws of a corporate entity that says you have to do it this way and you have to follow this model. We're able to create our own model.
Yep.
And I think feeling that family atmosphere when you walk into our building is so different than when I walk into other facilities that have a brand, that have a logo. And if you look at Forward as a name, David and Kessa, the owners, their last name is Ward. Kessa was in HR. She was in corporate America. David is still in corporate America. Kessa wanted out of corporate America. This was her out. So Kessa Ward is for Ward.
Huh. I like it.
Forward.
I love that.
And so her motto is always forward.
That's right.
Always thinking forward, always moving forward. And when you walk into our building, she's the first person you're going to see. We have someone sitting at the front desk helping people get checked in, answering any questions. But Kessa is there from sun up to sundown. And if you have an issue, if you have a concern, whatever it is, you know you're going to be able to walk in and speak to the owner of the establishment, not the manager, not the regional director. It's the owner. It's the person who's pouring her lifeblood and her soul into this to make it something very special. And I think she does a phenomenal job.
That's such a great testimony because, you know, all these corporate locations, you have to, and I always say this, how many layers do I have to go before I can get a yes? Right? In these corporate locations, you know, there may be 5, 6, 7 layers before I can get a yes on something that's just not on the menu or just not normal for them or not by the corporate playbook. But with the owner right there, I mean, it's one level. It's right there. I can get a yes on things right away. And nobody cares about their baby more than the one who created it. So the passion comes through right at the front door. So it's absolutely phenomenal that you guys do that. So you guys host tournaments like the Forward Philly Classic. Now, as an instructor, do you two-part question? Do you play in these tournaments, or are you on the sidelines coaching? And if you do play, are the students rooting for you or against you?
I do not play in tournaments.
Okay.
I do not do duper. Just from a time perspective, I'm on a court 30 hours a week.
Yeah.
My wife has an extremely demanding job that makes her in and out of the country half the time, and the other half the time she's sitting on the couch at night while we're watching a game, hacking away at her emails. On the weekends, my time is my family.
I love it.
Unless I'm teaching a lesson, then I try to make sure that when my wife is available, that I'm available, because otherwise we see each other in passing.
Yeah.
So I just make sure that my Saturdays and Sundays, which is typically when tournaments are held, I'm at home so we can go catch Pokémon or take a trip or do the things that we need to do from a husband-wife perspective to stay connected.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we do. I mean, my wife runs a successful business. I run a business, plus I'm a full-time police officer still. And then we have 2 kids that are in their teens doing their different sports. And so we are kind of sometimes that ship passing in the harbor. But we do, kind of like you, we make sure we're connected. We connect over different things. And pickleball is obviously one of those things as well. So I love how you're describing that. Going back to students now, you've got to have a typical type of student that is just so difficult to work for or work with. That what kind of student is kind of like one of the worst to, maybe not the worst, but one of the more difficult type of students to work with?
The student who already knows it all.
Yeah.
The student who comes in and says, well, I saw this, or I heard this, or I've taken other lessons and they didn't teach me that way. It's the one that comes in and says, I know nothing. Open. Yeah. Now pour in. It's the one that comes in with their cup already kind of full, and you're trying to pour in little tidbits, and all of a sudden it's overflowing over here, and they're like, well, that's not what somebody else told me. Yeah. Yeah. Coming in with some preconceived notions, maybe even bad habits that they either don't know bad habits.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't correct bad mindset.
That's right.
I think that's the differentiator.
That's right.
I mean, I can. I can change bad mindset. Don't get me wrong. And I do change bad mindset. But you have to gain trust in that. You have to show them something different that actually works better. And once you've accomplished that, then you can remove what was in their cup and start putting in better stuff.
Yeah. So for yourself, maybe personally, and for Forward, what is kind of like the 5 years from now? We're taking a snapshot. What's been achieved? What was the goal, and then what has been achieved from that goal?
The goal initially was visibility, and to make sure that of all the pickleball facilities around the Philadelphia area, that we stood out as the premier pickleball club in the area. And now our new goal is we want to be the premier training pickleball club in the area. So we're trying to separate ourselves from, instead of, hey, come pay us to play pickleball, to come invest in yourself in a place that's going to teach you how to play better and how to level up.
I love that.
Whether it be individually or from a partner perspective. So I collaborate with other instructors to make sure that we're teaching people court presence and shot selection and the mental side of the game as much as the physical side of the game. But that's our next goal, is to be the premier training pickleball facility in Pennsylvania.
That's fantastic. And I know with your mindset, I have no doubt you guys are going to achieve that. So one last question then, as a former sports writer, you know how to craft a great headline, being editor and all that kind of stuff. So you got to write one headline for Forward Pickleball that would make people want to show up tomorrow. What would it be?
Play tomorrow, stay forever.
I like it. What's all the social handles for everybody so they can get a hold of you and find you guys when they're driving through the area or just happen to catch the podcast and want to go up and see you?
So forwardpickleball.com, at Forward Pickleball on Instagram, Forward Pickleball on TikTok, and we are also on Facebook under Forward Pickleball.
I love it. Y'all go follow, get involved with, especially on TikTok. That's how we came across Chan, the pickleball man. Lots of great stuff out there. When you're out traveling around the PA area, make sure you stop in, say hi. Chan, thank you so much for being on the Big Dink Energy podcast.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And like I say, but after every TikTok I do, let's go.
It is time for Dink or Destroy. That thing that we either dink it, we send it over the net, it's thumbs up for us, or we destroy it, not for us. We give you a choice. What you got?
All right. I wanted to dink or destroy targeting the weaker player in a match, tournament, open play, whatever. I feel like it's situational.
Okay.
So let me set this up and make sure I understand it, so our guests playing along at home also understand. It is you're on the other side of the net and you're finding the weaker player on the opposing team and you're targeting them specifically.
Yeah. I've been on the other side of that.
I've been the weaker player.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I've been on the other side of that. But I mean, I think that's kind of the strategy too.
I agree.
I think that has to do with, now if you're like an open play and someone's trying to learn, or you're trying, I think you should kind of, dink to everybody and, kind of play around. But if you're in a tournament and that person's weak, like slam it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a game. You're in a game to win. And if that's your strategy, go for it. I am always the weaker player, but I also see it from the other side. From me being the weaker player and being targeted multiple times, it's made me better.
And I think the word targeted sounds bad. Like you're not always like trying to hurt. You're not hurting them. You're just constantly giving them the ball in hard areas because they can't get to them. And
that's fine. It helps both people, I think.
Why did we come up with terms like Nasty Nelson and body bag?
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, they exist for a reason because they're part of the play, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'd have to go back and look. I'm not sure if they were part of the original design of the game. Like body bag was built into it or Nasty Nelson was built into it because it was dads coming up with a game for people to play at a camp or something, or at their house in the summer, something like that. No offense to you people that came up with pickleball. We love you. But yeah, I mean, I paid my $35. I'm not looking for psychological terrorists out there either.
Yeah, I think that's part of the strategy is like, I know whenever we're at open play and we end up switching and I like play against my sister, like I know she has a bad knee. So I always try to get it like right there in the kitchen because I know she ain't going to run up and get it.
You do the same to me.
I mean, but that's just part of the strategy. And she also knows, and a lot of people know that play with me. Like I see them go to the person next to them, like just get it a little bit above. She's going to slam it. She can't help herself. And they do it to me every time. And I literally can't help myself.
You fall for it every time.
I fall for it every time. So they're targeting me because they know what I'm going to do. And every so often I go, no. And I dink it. And then it goes right to the net anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
yeah.
matter.
Because your fingers aren't down.
Right, because my fingers aren't down.
Put your fingers down.
So, I mean, I think it's part of the strategy. And if you know their weakness, then use it to your strength.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
competitive as all get out. If I see you have a fake leg, you know what I mean? Arr, matey. If you're out there as a pirate or something, I'm throwing it right at your peg leg.
Well, if you're a pirate, then you also have an eye patch. So then you get it
You're
on the side of the
blindsided.
eye patch.
You're
right?
blindsided
There you
on that
go.
one side. I'm going to hit it right at your parrot, right off your shoulder.
Oh my gosh. God.
No, I mean, yeah, it is part of the strategy, but is it also the participation trophy of tournaments? Like you're just targeting the weaker player.
I don't think so. I mean, like the part of me that is competitive is like, don't be weak then. And that wouldn't happen to you.
Right.
But the other side of me is like, well, you're weak. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a charity,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm here to win.
Right.
It's not a charity.
That's why I said,
so-
like, open play and
But
stuff is a little different. But if you're at a
Right.
tournament and you're like, I'm sorry, but the black pearl has got to go.
I do agree that it's situational because if you're at an open play and you have a 2.5 playing against a 3.5 and that 3.5 is just like drilling it at their face, like, oh, that's unreasonable
Right.
and you're not helping anyone.
That's just filling their ego.
right.
But if you're at a
absolutely.
tournament, it's like game on.
Game on.
okay, so that's the difference, right? In rec play, it's different than in a tournament. In a tournament, hey,
Anything
all bets
goes.
Are off.
Right.
All bets are off. Sorry, you brought your peg leg.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
say-
I'm a dink for targeting the weaker player if it's justified in like tournament style, but not if it's just a friendly family game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if it's a family game that I'm targeting,
Targeting,
the
yeah.
weaker player.
Yeah. I've already got targets
If it's family and
pre-selected.
close friends, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
happening.
got pre-selected targets
Yeah,
on the
so-
family
But
game.
I'm a dink as well, situational.
Yeah, I think so too. Every sport targets its weakness: football, basketball, all that. So why is pickleball any special? So
I
I'm a
agree.
dink for it. I'm a dink for it as well.
All right.
News you can use.
I've just been handed this.
Have you? Was it Pickleball Magazine? Because this is where I got that information from
Ooh.
Pickleball Magazine.
Bring it.
So the latest facility rankings are in, and Texas is pretty much running the show.
Yeah, of course.
Love
they
So
are.
that.
Houston takes the number one spot with 59 facilities, edging out New York by just one single court. But Austin lands at number 3, proving that the Lone Star State is building courts faster than players can buy paddles.
Well,
So-
yeah, I mean, that makes sense because for most people that don't know this, Houston, the population of our city of Houston alone is bigger than the population of 26 states in the United States.
Yeah, Houston's massive.
So, yeah.
And I
we're-
believe San Antonio was actually 50. So I think we had 3 or 4 on the list.
don't
Other
even
cities
try New York. Get out of here.
Other cities heating it up are Seattle has 50,
Wow.
San Diego 47, Chicago 45 facilities,
Chicago?
and Atlanta 43. So even smaller markets like Knoxville, Omaha, and Mesa are breaking into the top 25 and 30 plus facilities.
Nice.
So that's total facilities, not total courts.
Yeah, facilities. So,
gotcha.
but I mean, pickleball is not slowing down; it's just multiplying. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
a lot of facilities.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, I
Love
mean,
it.
why would you play anywhere else? Why wouldn't you be in Texas? Well, listen, we don't want you in Texas if you're not already here. We're full, by the way, especially if you're coming from the West Coast. We're pretty full.
Pretty full.
We actually call our state Oklahoma. That's what you want to look for on a map if you're thinking about coming here.
Yeah. So way to go, Texas.
Yeehaw. That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dink soft and the energy big.